Hello and welcome to Bubble Ghost on the Commodore 64, and this originally came out on the 16-bit Amiga ST machines, I think. I remember it got quite decent reviews. I remember looking at screenshots thinking that looks quite good actually. I wouldn't mind playing that, and but I never got a chance to play it back in the day, and I remember the 64 version came out. It didn't get quite as high scores in the reviews, but I think it was viewed as being reasonable, and it looks like, well, it seems accolades of at least published the game. I don't know if I don't think they developed it. So let's get started. Right, so you take control of this little ghost, and in a game called Bubble Ghost, you can probably guess that the aim of the game is just to blow your bubble from around this, I think it's a castle, just to blow it to the edge of the screen at the exit on each screen. And on the 16-bit systems, the game, you used the mouse to blow the ghost, move the ghost around, and I think you, if I remember, you used the left and right mouse buttons to rotate the ghost clockwise or anti-clockwise, but and then you push shift to blow the bubble. But the controls, obviously the 64. Well, it does have a mouse, but not by default. You have to buy your own, so it's never really supported. So the controls have been changed for a joystick-only configuration, which, yeah, doesn't help the game at all. It doesn't really do it any favours. It's actually much harder and less fun to play now. To be fair, I think the bubble does move slightly slower to compensate. So yeah, and also there are bits of the scenery you have to interact with, like candles. You can blow them out. Otherwise, if the bubble touches the candle, it will burst. And if the bubble bursts, if it hits a bit of scenery, then you've got to restart the level, like so. I think graphically the game's pretty good. It looks very similar to the 16-bit versions. I mean, okay, they didn't look great anyway, but they certainly didn't use the full power of those machines. But they were sort of nice and sort of functional. And the 64 version has carried this on, and the ghost himself just has the same identical animation. Looks great. Right, so this is one where you got to, if you blow into this, it stops the fan moving. There we go. Yeah, so in terms of graphics, yeah, it looks very similar to the 16-bit versions. And sound, the Amiga version had some great sound samples. Especially, I especially liked it when the ghost got angry when the bubble burst. You made a really silly sound. But unfortunately, the sound effects are not so great on the 64. I wouldn't have minded some cool music or something, or some atmospheric music. That would have been great. Yeah, so the only criticism I could label as I said, the control method is yeah, it's not quite as much fun as it was on the 16-bit versions, but other than that, it's certainly a different, unique game. I don't think there's many games that could claim to have a ghost blowing a bubble around the screen. This is going to be... Oh! But yeah, it's just a bit too tricky, I think, on the 64 with this control methods. And yeah, I couldn't recommend it as much as I would recommend playing it on the 16-bit versions. So for that reason, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10, and I'll see you in the next video.